The United States' top trading partners continue to deal with the fallout from President Donald Trump's decision to move forward with a series of damaging tariffs. Canada promptly rolled out phased countermeasures in response, which garnered swift criticism from Trump. The two leaders spoke on the phone about the trade war today, and the White House has since announced that Trump will grant a one-month exemption for U.S. car makers from tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico. Tessa Bennett joins us with more on these updates. Tessa, what do we know about the changes made to the tariff plan so far?
Manisa, the month-long exemption will apply to vehicles imported through USMCA, but there has been no indication that Trump is willing to reverse course on any of the other tariffs.
Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
Global tensions around trade remain at an all-time high after President Trump moved forward with his plan to tariff the United States' closest allies. Prime Minister Trudeau unveiled the government's plan to counteract the measures yesterday, announcing a two-phased plan that would see import taxes matched dollar for dollar on up to $155 billion of U.S. products.
Not only are prices going to get higher, but if we start to see sectors like the auto industry, having trouble, we're going to see people with less employment, lower incomes, and that's going to have an impact then on their ability to just buy any food.
And today, the two leaders spoke on the phone for the first time since the trade war began. While few details have been made public about the meeting, Trump took to social media after the fact to explain the outstanding issues preventing him from rolling back the tariffs. On Truth Social, he said while the call ended in a somewhat friendly manner, actions taken by Trudeau to address concerns with the flow of fentanyl at the border were not good enough.
He was not pleased, as you said. He said it's not good enough. He told Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that directly.
Trump's post also implied Trudeau was using this economic emergency as a life raft, trying to cling to power in Canada, despite his resignation earlier this year. One of the many casualties of this trade war is the auto industry. Canada and the United States vehicle manufacturing system is equally reliant on both countries.
We've been integrating supply chains since 1965. To untangle that now will take more than a few months. It would take more than a few years.
Additionally, 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum scheduled to take effect next week would stack on the existing measures. But the White House announced today the president would grant a one-month exemption for the big three U.S. automakers, pausing tariffs already in place on imports from Canada and Mexico for Stellantis, Ford, and General Motors.
Companies cannot make major decisions over a 30-day time window, especially when some of the factors that you would normally use to make big business decisions, such as moving production to the United States, you don't make those kind of decisions in 30 days. Well, you can make them in 30 days, but they're not executed in 30 days.
Despite this reprieve granted to the auto industry giants in the States, here in Canada, the impacts of the tariffs are going to be felt sooner than later.
I think we'll start to see grocery stores dealing with increased prices from suppliers in the next few days, next couple of weeks.
Operations management professor Ming Hu with the University of Toronto says while both ends of the supply chain are bracing for impact, one side will be disproportionately affected.
The consumer may suffer the most because at the end of the day, both countries they have tariffs, so their manufacturer, the brand holder, the companies are gonna charge more. They can pass on the tariff.
Per reporting in the Associated Press, Trudeau remains firm in his retaliation tactic, saying he's unwilling to lift Canada's counter tariffs unless Trump removes every new tax he's imposed on Canada.
April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in, and whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them.
Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly spoke with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio today and says it's not clear what President Trump wants from these tariffs.